copper-colored races found here by the Europeans. Found here. Copper-colored races. Copper-colored races. Copper-colored races. Look, the dope thing about this book is that this person, he knows the drop. But you're going to see how clearly he knows the drop and how clearly his objective is to, create a hijack. He wants to make the other white people feel comfortable coming here. So he's going to kind of give you some real drop in it. A lot of babies are in the bathwater. He's also going to say, it's absurd these people are Israelites. No way. But you're going to see how he does it and how clearly, his agenda is like, whatever these people are, they can't be that, So it's great, but so many babies we're going to pull out of this, man, and this is our bathwater, man. Pull your babies out your bathwater. Yeah, dig? This is how we get down. So, man, let's just go into it because I'm excited. Oh, let me just finish telling you the story. So I found that this book, $15. $15. Crazy. I could prove it. Yep, $15, yo. It's not bad, right? We'll get into these great graphs. Just pause this, and we're gonna come back to it. This is the Western Continental Universe. The Western Continent unknown to the European nations. Period of voyages and discoveries between 1000 and 1620. Get that. Just pause that right quick. You're gonna see something real interesting right here. Where my fingers pointing. James Charles. You're gonna really understand this KJV. You know what I mean? You're gonna understand this hijack. You're gonna understand why they came with their Biblios, their New Testament, and told you there's a new covenant, and here's this person, and here's your new covenant, when all your old covenant says the new covenant is gonna come with your permanent redemption. You being put back on your land, and those going into captivity who put you in captivity. That's only equitable if you're so lucky. So, I want to start from just to give you a real lay. I got to be real careful. See, pages are coming out already. This is an old book. This is 1876. And this is one of the first versions. You're going to find some for later than that. You know what I'm saying? He keeps revising it. So like it was 1890, then it's like 1900s and all that. It was the same book, but he kept revising it. I think this is one of the earliest copies, this 1876 joint. And the page that just fell out on me is a picture or a sketch of the frontal view of the Capitol. This is one of the first images after the indigenous people built the Capitol, because they came here and saw stuff like this already, right? We saw the palaces of Montezuma, and this is how we built this is how we built the Capitol for them. It's one of the first images of the White House. Built by us. You did. I gotta tape that back in. Alright, so I'll put that off to the side. I'll put this up so you can check it out. This is from John Clark Ridpath, J.C. Ridpath. Published 1876. A Popular History of the United States of America from the Aboriginal Times. A Popular History. Oh man, is this signed? Hey, I got me a signed copy, man. A copy signed, yo. I'm saying, hey, I think I came up on a gem here, man, however it is. A Popular History of the United States of America from the Aboriginal Times to present day, embracing an account of the Aborigines, the Norsemen in the New World, the discoveries of the Spaniards, English, and French discoveries. All right. The planting of settlements, the growth of the colonies, the struggle for liberty, in the Revolution, the establishment of the Union, the development of the nation, and the Civil War, by John Clark Redpath. He's a professor of Bell's Letters, and History in Indiana Asbury University, author of Redpath School History, illustrated with maps, charts, all that stuff. Oh man, it's like my own editing program. So I'll keep that so y'all can check that out. Right. Published 1876. All about the Aboriginal, right? All about the Aboriginal. Sorry, y'all, I feel sick today, man. I think I just ain't been sleeping enough. But, you know, y'all used to me. You're my homies. It's all right. We get it. This is our balcony. My balcony is your balcony. All right. So here's a preface. Here's who this book is for. Like I said, it's not for you. Their books were written for them. They were giving themselves and passing themselves, dropping information. However, they couldn't reveal that these people were Israel, right? Because that will just fuck it all up. If these people knew that they had slaughtered a bunch of Israelites, they couldn't consciously, you know what I'm saying, be, I mean, how can they claim Christianity is good if they're slaughtering Israelites, right? So the first thing they got to tell you is, nope, they're not Israelites, but we don't know where they came from. But they can't be, there's no way it's absurd to think that these people are Israel. But we have no clue how they got here, and we don't know who they are. You see the hypocrisy of it. So they're going to be hypocritical. You're going to get that drop. I'm giving you the heads up. So it says preface, dear people of the United States, by this, my preface, I offer to you a new history of your country and mine. No. You see how, okay, so that first sentence to tell you who this person is. He's not for you. He's representing the conqueror. So he's going to give you a twisted view of things. But there's so much babies in the bathwater, right? So by this, my preface, I offer to you a new history of your country and mine. The work is presented in the form of an abridged narrative. My reasons for such a venture are brief, but I trust satisfactory. First, to every American citizen, some knowledge of the history of his country is indispensable. The attainment of that knowledge ought to be made easy and delightful. Second, the centennial of the Republic furnishes an auspicious occasion for the study of those great events which compose the warp and woof of the new civilization in the West. This book is intended for the average American. When you go click on the 1828 Webster Dictionary, you type in American, it says copper color races, copper color races, copper color races. I showed you copper, you know what copper. This is like what the first pennies were looking like. This is copper, right? All this, right? And this is also ruddy. You see how red this is? All right, you see my complexion in this? My complexion in the book? You see the red, you see yellow, you see red, you see brown, you see all that. When Lex Will types in ruddy cow, you get ruddy cow. So they made this, you know what I'm saying, to let you know exactly what they found here. This is Negro. You understand? This is your race of specimen, right? Of seed. They're saying your seed, boom. You know what I'm saying? Lex Will drop the black faces, not black faces. I was just watching it, but you know, races, black faces, something like that. And that goes hand in hand. So this book is intended for the average American. We know they're talking about not the copper color races, but later in the same definition, it says later applied to Europeans born here. So they stole the title and applied it to their children because they didn't even have the title European, or they know they weren't indigenous from Europe. They're not indigenous to Asia. So they don't mind dropping titles because they're hiding an identity. Once you say, well, where do I come from? And that's, you know, the hard truth. But it's the real truth. Don't you rather live in reality? so that you can understand which way to go and make certain choices and choose up. So all that decide to choose up, come and choose up. But don't do it because, you think, oh, let me go help these indigenous people. Let me go help these Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel so bad. Nah, man, you choose up because it's the right thing. It's right. You get on the side of right. So that when you meet your creator, you meet your maker, you can tell him you was on the right side. You chose up no matter what your ancestor did. Alright? That's how you rock. You just choose up. You just choose order. You choose not to kill and steal. Read the commandments and tell me which one you disagree with. Honoring thy father and mother. Don't steal. What? Don't kill. What? Don't keep one day to vibrate as a community. To head above the firmament, to remember your energy, frequency, your vibration. What part of this do you disagree with? Coveting the neighbor's wife or adultery? Or what part do you disagree with? What part of those values do you not want in your moral community, your moral compass? And say, this is how we rock. This is order. And if y'all forget everything else, these 10 things will at least help you vibrate above the firmament and reconnect to head, reconnect to the energy. What are you really fighting? You just fight the perception, the inception of what this religion twisting has done to anything connected to the biblios that they connected for you. But just go back to the root. Go back to the commandments that are found in Los Lunas, New Mexico, the Decalogue stones. Go back to the root that's found in your soil. Going back 1000 BC and prior. When you were rocking here, when you're vibrating at your peak. You dig? You're migrating back to your lands. So he says this book's intended for the average American. We know he ain't talking about you or me. For the man of business who has neither time nor disposition to plod through 10 or 20 volumes of elaborate historical dissertation, for the practical man of the shop, the counter, the plow, all this stuff. So clearly he's not talking about you, the American families, who this thing's for, or their version of the American family. And then we got contents. Man, I don't want to flip it too hard. These pages are going to come out. I got to be careful with this one. But here's the contents of chapter 1. So when I look at that, they're saying the Indians, their names accounted for. This is all the stuff that's in chapter 1. Differences between them and the Asiatics. Okay. The origin of the Indian races unknown. Again, I brought out the inquiry into the distinctive characteristics, that little thin book published in the Boston Society. Here's another one saying the same exact thing, separate publication, 1876. The history of the United States is so small. From the discovery of America to the present time, right? The Indians, their name accounted for differences between them and the Asiatics. The origin of the Indian race is unknown. Of course, it's unknown. It says theories controverted. So these theories that are being contrived, controverted. The question likely to remain unsolved. Language may give us light. They're just trying to get light via philology, via language. They're trying to get light into trying to tell you who you are, but they're going to tell you absolutely who you're not. I say, if you can't tell me who I am, how can you tell me who I'm not?